This is the second lesson of Process Grid Component Training. In this lesson, we're going to add filters to the process grid we created in the first training lesson. We're logged into the project Process Grid Component Training 1. We've already done lesson 1, so we're going to copy and create lesson 2. We're going to copy that from lesson 1. Expected receipts. We're just going to call this lesson 2. And this one, we're going to just add filters to the process grid. You'll notice that, I just missed the adding. You'll notice when we add the filters, and I do this over and over again in different lessons, that it doesn't matter what you're doing, filters look the same. But I need to add something more to the SQL here to do something that I have not done before in building filters. I'm going to copy this line. At the bottom of the filters, we're going to do and date def is greater than at days late. Now what I've done is I've created a single value filter and I've created a variable at days late so that we can actually filter this grid on how many days late we really are. And you can actually use filters even in looking at data. If I say days late is 0, then and I look at days late, you'll see I have days late that are fairly large. If I were to make that 1,000, then you'll notice the one that was 78 days late is gone. Obviously this data is pretty late, pretty old. If I can make it like 3,000, which are really ridiculous numbers, but it still works. So you see, that's how filters work. So let's put them to use. I'm going to select 3 filter. First one is I'm going to use vendor number, so we can filter just on the vendors we'd want to do receipts. Another one I'm going to select is the PO order line item number. So you get to the top here. And then we want the days late. All at variables are always at the bottom. So now what we need to do is define vendor number, caption is vendor, and we'll do a search on that. It'll be a range, and we have a search for the vendor number, and then we'll do item. I am dash item. And the days late which the data type here needs to be date time. Oh, I'm sorry. Days late is really an integer field. And we're just going to call it days late. And that's all that would be needed for that. We can look at the filter preview. We have range, and it says preferences. That's okay. I think I'll leave them in those groups. That'd be fine because days late is a preference. And then we have those fields. We'll preview that. We'll do all for these values, and we'll put the 2000 in there. 2000 still picked up. We'll make it 3000. And you can see that comes back correctly as we showed in the other presentation. I also want to take this days late while I'm here. Rename that field. Take a little less space, as I will with these values as well. Just clean this up a little bit more. Each time I get into a grid, I just tend to do this. Try to tidy up. Every time I look at a grid, I want to tidy it up a little more, make it a little more professional. And that's the end of this presentation. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video tutorial, and I encourage you to move on to the next video tutorial in this series.